All right, bro, so it is the beginning of September, and that means it's time for the great lock-in. I'm going to tell you exactly what you need to do so that by the end of this year, you're exactly where you want to be in life instead of still talking about all the nice things you plan on doing. So, brother, the first thing that you're going to want to do is sit down by yourself in a room. Don't leave that room until you write down exactly what it is that you're trying to achieve. You want to start a new business? Do you want to make more money? Do you want to stop being a loser? It doesn't matter what your goal is. The important part at this stage is that you are as specific as possible. You need to be specific. And this can be hard for a lot of people, myself included, because typically we have a general sense of what it is that we want to do. Like you'll say something like, oh, I want to lose weight, or I want to get stronger, or I want to make more money. But the problem is whenever you're not specific, you're not going to be able to track your progress. And typically that means you're going to just stay in the same place as whenever you first started. So you're going to lock yourself in the room if you have to, and you're not going to leave until you get absolutely crystal clear about what it is that you're trying to achieve. So if you're trying to make more money, I need to know down to the cent how much more money it is that you're trying to get. The last thing that I'll say about this first part is that you want to be as unrealistic as you possibly can. Don't box yourself in. Aim as absolutely high as possible, because if you're serious about doing something you've never done before, it's technically going to be unrealistic no matter what, and so that's why we aim high. Next, if you're thinking about doing 75 hard or anything similar to it, don't. Just don't do it. Unless your primary goal is being an athlete of some kind and your life depends on doing 2-a-day workouts, things of that nature, just leave it alone. You don't need to be spending more than 45 to 60 minutes in a gym more than 4 to 5 times per week. Anything more than that, if you're not like trying to be an athlete, I honestly feel like is a waste of time. But the key is that the time that we do spend in the gym has to be 100% intentional. So we're trying to get in, lift heavy, and then get out. Now, the next thing you're gonna wanna do is something that you're typically not gonna hear whenever you're thinking about doing a lock-in like this. But I want you to go out and meet people. Pick a date out of the week. I typically choose like a Friday night. I want you to go out and socialize. It can be a date or going to some other social event where you're forced to meet somebody new. This honestly does work better if you're in a new city where you don't know anybody to begin with, but if you're still in your hometown, go different places, try new things. Just force yourself to be in the habit of socializing, getting to know somebody new, asking somebody how their day was, actually holding a conversation. These things are really, really important. Typically, whenever people talk about this winter arc, it's always some red pill, lock yourself in a room nonsense. But I found that a huge portion of success comes from intentionally working on that skill of forming and developing relationships, speaking to new people, opening your mouth and asking for things. Now, this is something that you can work on every single day whenever you go to the gym or the grocery store, talking to the cashier, asking what their name is, asking how their day is going, actually practicing holding and having a conversation. But one day out of the week, make it super intentional and say, hey, look, this is my goal for today. I want to meet X amount of people, and keep doing that consistently over and over again. The third thing that you're going to want to do is learn a skill that's going to get you paid. You can find a million videos on TikTok and YouTube that list out different high paying skills, so I'm not going to really cover that at all, but I want you to find something that works for you and your schedule. And 3 to 4 hours a day, I want you to be working on mastering this skill. If for the next 4 months, you can consistently do these 3 things, plus eat cleaner, get more sunlight, cut down on the screen time and the alcohol and the smoking, all the things that you already know you shouldn't be doing, and actually prioritize getting to bed on time and getting your 8 hours of sleep, and most importantly, believing in yourself and being delusional about that belief, I promise you that by the end of December, you're going to be light years ahead of where you would have been, plus be a more all-around and complete man.